Hi, welcome back to CS170 spring session. Just gonna run through a couple of things, which actually I think I remember we covered this last week too, in terms of charts and series fill. Okay, so let's go through this. So you'll see like if you do insert, you'll see this here, the top menu bar. You can see like your recommended charts and all these different types of things here. I guess at the beginning, it's kind of convenient for you just to hit the recommended charts and it'll pop up with something. But I think after a while, when you look at the type of data that you're putting in, you'll kind of go right away to the different charts that you want to put in, right? So you can see here, you got like pie chart, you got like a 3D pie chart. Um, go to here, you got like histogram. You got these column charts. Again, you can do 2D, 3D, stuff like that. Um, like I said, it's nice to have this recommended charts thing, but I think after a while, you kind of know the common types of data sets or views and what are the ideal charts to apply against them. Okay. And it is something that you should try and understand. Don't kind of think, well, let me just take any piece of data and then just stick it into recommended charts and see what it comes out with. You should try to understand like how are the different types of data um, kind of mapped to like what are the suggested charts. Okay. So what we cover here, um, usually this is like one of the most basic ones that you'll see a lot of, where you'll have these different categories, and then you'll have like a time period, right? In this case, you're talking about like April, May, June, second quarter, right? Um, it could be a year thing, it could be whatever, right? But it's generally something like this, where you have these categories, and then you have slices over a period or a time, right? Um, and I'm going to just do something here very quickly. So we'll say category, uh, shoes, socks, uh, shirt, and we'll say Q1, Q2, Q3, 4. Keep it in the same ballpark here. Right. All right, so let's see what happens when we do that. So first, I'll just say recommended charts. Let's see what it kicks out. Well, it goes into this, right? Cluster column, right? And exactly as it shows here, this is the recommended. And after a while, when you see stuff like that, you won't even have to click on recommended charts. You'll just kind of click on those charts straight away. So let's say I want to do this, okay? And so you see what it does, right? Actually, let me just create it. All right, so here we go. All right. So you can see it color codes all of the different categories, and then it maps them against a different time, Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4, right? I can just double click on this and I can mess around with the title here. Let's say sales 2021. Oops. And then there's your title there. You want to play around with this a little bit more. You can go into here. Let's see what we can do here. If you kind of like this type of view, like this. Okay. All right, let's just go with this one here. Okay. You can play around with these here. You can take some out. Let's say I take out the shirts. No more shirts, right? So you can apply that. Let me apply that back in there. For whatever reason, if you want to change these names into something, right? Maybe you don't like it to say Q1. Maybe you want it to say something else, right? That, okay. It could just be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I kind of like it to say Q1, Q2, Q3, 4. Here. I switch this. Okay. You can play around with it in more detail here, but usually you already selected this coming in and it kind of fits it automatically. Okay. Right. So in this case, I put some labels in here. So you can see like this actually shows the value like 4, 5, 4, 5. Again, it's just a preference thing, like whatever you want to put in here. They just put data label here again. All right, so it's all kinds of things that you can play around with this to get it to look the way you want. It's just a preference thing, but just kind of shows you like the different options you have available to you. Right, so this continues on with these type of charts, but I think I want to just get into maybe just the other common type of chart, which is the pie chart here. So let me do this. Okay, let's see what the recommendation here is. Okay, so here, they actually suggest a couple of different things. You can break it out into just the different categories, north, east, south, and west, and then have lines against the numbers. That's one way to do it. The other way to do it is in a pie chart, right? And this is where if you're looking at this, the sum of a whole pie. In this case, that's not really the case. In this case, probably the line chart is maybe a little bit better. So typically you kind of look at a pie chart as where these are different sections of like a whole number. So if I look at this as to say, well, this is my total rainfall for all of the United States, and then you want to kind of say, well, these are portions of that. I guess that's one way to look at it. You know, it depends on how you want to look at these things, right? It's a questionable call. You could kind of say that it could be more of like these line chart here, or you can make it as a pie chart. Okay, but usually I think about terms of like pie chart is to say these are a certain percentage of like the whole pie, right? The whole number there. Okay, let's play around with this again. I think I mentioned last week, I kind of like to have it where you actually show the actual number of the percentage in here. So I select this one, but you can select more of a 3D look or something. It's up to you. Yeah, let me come back to here. I just like this one here with the numbers inside of it. But same thing, you can click on here, mess around with the title. You can play around with this. You want to take something out of the picture, you add something to it, it's up to you. Right, I can take these guys out here, right? You know, uncheck them, take them out. So up to you, right? So these are another common type of chart that you would play around with. Okay. So series fill. So this is where you kind of take that little bottom right-hand corner, and then you kind of drag it down. You see this right here? I don't know if you can see it, but this bottom right, you just kind of drag it down. So if there's some sort of pattern that it could fill, if Excel can figure it out, it will try to do that, right? So in this case, it sees maybe a pattern in terms of like days of the week or calendar dates or time, something like that. So it considers those type of things as like a series, right? And then you can just extend those series because it knows what that pattern is for that series. Um, you know, a lot of times when I'm doing the series fill, it's mostly to do with formulas, right? So to drag the formulas down. Okay, but in this case, they're kind of demonstrating and showing how you can carry the days of the week down, which I can do for you very quickly here. So I'm going to do Monday, oops, Tuesday, really need to do it that way, but let me do it that way. And then you see what it did there, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it rolled back into Monday, the following day. I don't know if that's really that common, but yeah, I guess maybe it is, right? Some dates and whatnot. But like I said, I usually kind of look at it in terms of formulas. So let's say I was doing something over here. So equals sum of, and I only put it here just because I have my little pie chart on the right. I guess I should just move the pie chart, right? Here, and then I do this and I drag it down and you can see what it did, right? It just basically, same thing as if I copy and pasted it down, but I just dragged it down. To me, that's the most common usage for this. But what we're showing here on this is the ability to do it with like hours or days in a week or calendar dates and stuff like that. So another example for Phil. Okay, all right, so that's it for today. Basically covered the charts, covered the series fill, the wildcards, the VLOOKUPs, PMT functions. If there's any questions on those, make sure you let me know. These things are going to be on your assignments. Okay, so do take a look at these. Let me know if there's any questions for this. All right, thank you.